How's it going? I'm Joshua Boyt, Director of Sales and Marketing here at Victrola Coffee Roasters in Seattle, Washington. I'm excited to welcome you to our first track training series. What you're going to see in these videos is a representation of the basics in espresso extraction, milk steaming, and a handful of brew methods.
Espresso extraction. Espresso extraction can be one of the hardest skills in the barista craft to master, yet is the foundation of most of the beverages served in cafes around the world. In this video, we're going to take you through the basics of the fundamental mechanics of extracting great shots. The main steps are grind, dose, distribute, tamp, extract, evaluate. Now let's break down each step. Before you begin, make sure to dry out your portafilter before adding in the coffee. If there's any moisture present, the coffee will prematurely begin the extraction process. The grind. The grind is the designated particle size set on your espresso grinder. We are adjusting for optimum size to allow for even and full extraction when the grounds are introduced to hot water and pressure from the espresso machine. We will get into determining the correct ground size in the evaluation step. The dose. The dose is the measured weight of coffee that will be used for extraction. This is based on a combination of a recommended recipe from the roaster and desired extraction ratio. Always use a scale when evaluating consistent dose. Distribution. Distribution is the process of evenly distributing the dose of grounds throughout the portafilter basket. If we allow grounds to be unevenly distributed, the resulting puck will have varying density. Then, when the 9 bars of pressure are introduced at the group, the water will flow to the path of least resistance, causing uneven extraction of the grounds. The tamp. The tamp is the final step in preparing the puck for an even extraction. With the proper size tamp for the basket, apply 20 to 30 pounds of pressure straight down on the coffee in the portafilter basket. Go ahead and use your fingers as a guide to make sure the tamp is level. Once you have tamped, evaluate your puck to ensure it's level. The goal here is to create a matrix of grounds with not only even density, but consistent space between grounds. The extraction. The extraction is the process of engaging the water and pump on the espresso machine to begin drawing out the desired soluble elements of your espresso. Since you've created a uniform puck, you should have consistent backflow pressure at the group once the water is introduced. This creates an even flow of water from the top of the puck to the bottom. The evaluation. The evaluation is one of the most important steps. This is the stage that will tell you if you have performed all the mechanic elements leading up to this point as needed, or if you will need to modify your variables or technique. Here are the things we are looking for. First drop. We want to evaluate how long the water is in contact with the puck before any drops start to flow from the bottom of the portafilter. This gives us an idea of the correct setting of our ground size as well as our dose. A good starting point should be seeing first drops around 7 to 10 seconds after you start the shot at the group head. Visual eval, including flow rate, espresso density, and color. We want to evaluate the speed in which the espresso is flowing out of the portafilter. The flow of the espresso should look like warm honey with a steady stream. The espresso should not be blasting out of the portafilter, looking like dark water with a wavering stream. Your espresso should have a rich, reddish-brown color. When the shot starts to turn a light blonde color, you should pour your shot. Total shot time. This is how long from the time you start your shot until the time you stop it. It should range roughly between 20 to 30 seconds. Finished weight. Zero a vessel on your scale and weigh the total extracted espresso to evaluate your extraction ratio. This ratio can range anywhere from 1:1 to 1 to 2 grams of coffee to water, based on the coffee that you're extracting. It's always best to start with our recommended ratio and build off of that. Taste. When you're dialing in an espresso, always have a sensory connection to your manipulation of variables. It is best to understand how your adjustments affect the flavor of your extracted espresso as you go. Most importantly, you need to be happy with the flavor results, able to describe the characteristics to your guests, and able to repeat your extraction before you are ready to serve. It's important to make minor adjustments each time. This prevents you getting inconsistent results.